This module lays the intellectual and artistic foundation for the entire course. It introduces you to the core essence of visual storytelling, the practice of narrating stories, ideas, and emotions through a deliberate arrangement of visuals, symbols, gestures, space, and sequence. In this module, you will explore how comics, webtoons, and storyboards serve as modern extensions of a universal human instinct, the need to tell stories visually, from ancient cave paintings and Egyptian hieroglyphics to Japanese manga and Marvel superhero universes. You will be encouraged to shift from thinking in words to thinking in images and sequences. They will begin to see stories not just as events unfolding over time, but as moments communicated through panels, expressions, movement, and framing. Key concepts covered in Module 1. 1. The nature and power of visual storytelling, understanding the psychology of visual perception, how the human brain processes images faster than text. The emotional impact of pictures versus words. Why visual narratives cross linguistic, cultural, and educational boundaries. How images evoke memory, empathy, and imagination. The role of visual storytelling in education, marketing, entertainment, and activism. 2. A brief history of sequential art, the origins of visual storytelling. Cave drawings, ancient wall mirrors, and medieval tapestries. The evolution of comics, political cartoons, comic strips, superhero comics, underground zines. Rise of manga in Japan, bande dessinée in Europe, and manhwa in Korea. Birth of webtoons in South Korea and their global dominance today. The development of storyboards in animation and filmmaking, from Walt Disney Studios to modern Pixar and Hollywood productions. 3. Formats of visual storytelling, comic books, page-by-page storytelling with speech bubbles and detailed panels. Comic strips, short, humorous, or dramatic sequences. Graphic novels, extended narratives with deep character arcs. Webtoons, vertically scrolling stories optimized for smartphones. Storyboards, cinematic pre-visualization using shot-by-shot sketches. 4. Visual language and grammar, what makes sequential storytelling different from illustration or static images. Elements of visual storytelling, panels, gutters, speech bubbles, captions, action lines, and expressions. The invisible rules of reading visual narratives, left to right or right to left in manga, top to bottom, continuity and pacing. Visual symbolism, using color, framing, shape, and composition to tell deeper stories. 5. Why storyboarding and comics matter today. The backbone of every film, animated video, or marketing video is a storyboard. The increasing demand for comics in education, healthcare, advertising, and social media. Career opportunities in illustration, publishing, animation, social media marketing, content creation, and UX storytelling. Practical activities in this module. Visual Storytelling Challenge. You will create a 3 to 6 panel comic strip without using any text, telling a short story using only visuals. Comics around the world. You will research and present a comic tradition from a different culture, Idoji Japanese manga, Korean webtoons, French graphic novels. Storyboard breakdown exercise. Analyze a famous movie or animation by breaking down a scene into storyboard panels. Create a mood board. You begin to develop their own visual style and storytelling tone using a collage of art styles, colors, and references. Learning objectives for Module 1. By the end of this module, you should be able to define what visual storytelling and sequential art mean and why they matter, trace the historical development of comics, webtoons, and storyboards, identify and differentiate between major formats of visual storytelling, understand the components and structure of a visual narrative. Begin analyzing stories and scenes with a storyboard or comic mindset. Recognize the emotional and cognitive power of visual storytelling. Develop curiosity about their own storytelling voice and visual identity. Outcome of Module 1. You will emerge from Module 1 with a broad cultural, creative, and conceptual understanding of what it means to communicate stories through images. This knowledge prepares them to begin creating, sketching, and shaping their own visual worlds in future modules. They will also complete a short project, either a mini silent comic strip or a 2-scene storyboard, as a foundation for their portfolio.